So for all you leftists out there, I'm going to point out my two biggest pet peeves when arguing with you. Number one, your arguments are always based on a name. It could be racist, sexist, homophobic, misogynistic, xenophobic, narcissistic. It doesn't matter, I could go on for days. These arguments have no substance whatsoever and are often accompanied by point number two, guilt by association. Welcome to the doghouse. So here's a great example of both. This guy tagged me in a video which actually looks like he ripped off somebody else's content, so I'm not going to play the entire thing.
How racist this new administration truly is. This is some of the most racist shit I've ever heard of. In 1913, South Africa had white supremacists running the country, and they created apartheid. Fast forward to 2025. Three of Trump's biggest supporters are three of the most richest men on the planet. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and David Sachs are three billionaires that fully support Trump, all white South African. Born in South Africa, white supremacy, and apartheid. Elon Musk is a white South African white supremacist. There are only 7% of white people in South Africa, but those white people own 70% of the land in South Africa.
But essentially it comes down to, in 1913, South Africa was racially segregated, and I of course agree that that is a bad thing. But he goes on to say that since Elon was born there in a time that it was racially segregated, then somehow by that virtue it makes him a white supremacist. So since I'd been tagged in the video and it left me scratching my head, I commented, "That's all fine and good, but how does being from a place make you a thing? How is Elon a white supremacist because of where he came from? I'm not understanding," to which he responded, "It's always one group that introduces race into a country. They colonize and then cry when we give them the title they earned by themselves. Racist. You earned it, own it." He then goes on to tag my comment in yet another video that basically breaks down the history of South Africa. It's a wonderful history lesson, but again, it makes no mention of Elon like this is somehow proof. About the closest this video gets is toward the end when it says that white guys still have money. Again, it makes no mention of Elon Musk. Like, do you people not get it? I also agree that racism is bad, but you prove nothing. So I'm going to show you the proper way to make an argument. Step 1, bring the receipts.
You should be questioning why are there racist laws in South Africa? That's the first problem. That's what you should be attacking. It's improper for there to be racist laws in South Africa. The whole idea with what Nelson Mandela, who was a great man, proposed was that all races should be on an equal footing in South Africa. That's the right thing to do, not to replace one set of racist laws with another set of racist laws, which is utterly wrong and improper. So that's the deal, that all races should be treated equally, and there should be no preference given to one or the other. Now I'm in this absurd situation where I was born in South Africa but cannot get a license to operate in Starlink because I'm not black.
Well, it looks like that's about looks like that's about to change.
I just asked you a question. Please answer. Does that seem right to you?
Well, those rules were designed to bring
yes or no?
Those rules were designed to bring about an era of more economic equality in South Africa, and it looks like the government has found a way around those rules for you.
I ask you a question.
This is your interview. Everyone wants to hear from you.
Ask you a question. Yes or no?
Not
Racist
for me.
Laws, yes or no?
Not for me to answer. I have got a question for you about your government work though and the amount of savings.
You see how that's done? Straight from the horse's mouth, denouncing racism. He says it doesn't matter if it's forward or backwards, it's wrong. Notice also that the reporter refuses to answer his question because it will serve to disprove her point. Cowardice. So PBS takes it upon themselves to clear up things just like mud. They say, white farmers have been doinked in South Africa, but those doinkings account for less than 1% of 27,000 annual doinkings nationwide. Experts say the doinks do not amount to genocide. TikTok words are hard. And President Donald Trump misleads about land confiscation. Did you notice from before how it said that white people account for roughly 7% of the population in South Africa? It stands to reason that lots more doinkings are taking place elsewhere because there's a lot of other people who are not white, but I fail to see how thousands of doinkings from a specific group doesn't meet the definition of genocide. So when these envoys from South Africa showed up, they brought a couple of white dudes with them to make the case that everything was hunky-dory. But it backfired.
There is some issues up there, obviously. My dad was a property developer as well as a part-time farmer. And yeah, some of these buddy farmers got killed. The farm is still going. My brothers run it. But it's a constant battle with farms they're trying to burn the farms down to chase you away. So it is a concern to try and make a living as a farmer. And at the end of the day, without farmers, there's no food on the plate. So we need the farmers to produce the food.
farming, right? He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't even want to do what you're doing, right? They love farming. They don't want to leave. But it's a struggle.
Yeah, and you know, food and fresh water is the most important thing in life. You know, without those two things, you can't survive.
How is the water there?
The water's great, obviously. All the water comes out of the borehole, out of ground for us down there. But yeah, it is a battle to get the water out sometimes when all the equipment gets stolen all the time that you're trying to get the
So
water
does your
out.
family and your brother, do they feel safe on the farm?
They live behind electric fences, you know, try and be at night safe. But it is constant whenever you leave that something could happen. And
There's nowhere to live.
you know, both of them has been attacked in their houses. My mom's been attacked in her house when she was 80. So it is difficult.
They basically went from, yeah, life's peachy to, well, I guess my dad's friend did get doinked and white farms are getting burned down left and right. I'm surprised they weren't holding up a little white sign that said help. Now, as for President Trump misleading about land confiscations,
Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's right behind you.
Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land.
Yes.
South African occupy land. That's who we are. Never be scared. A revolution demands that at some point there must be king, because the king is part of the revolutionary act. Go after a white man. They see a terrible thing.
You denounced that type of language in the video that you saw.
Oh yes, we've always done so. As government, as my own party, we are completely opposed to that.
But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, the white farmers, killed the white farmers, and then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's the white farmers. I think, I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa, and that's not a small party. That was a stadium that holds 100,000 people. These are articles over the last few days. Death of people. Death. 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 Horrible death. Death. I don't know. To pick anyone, white South Africans are fleeing because of the violence and racist laws. And this is all, I mean, I'll give these to you. So when you say, what would I like to do? I don't know what to do.
and there you have it. Cherry on top, guess who also showed up with this look on his face to show that it's personal? Elon. You're going to have to do a whole lot better if you want to drag me into it. South Africa is racist and you have no receipts, and the last guy that I video debated blocked me. Because liberal, if you like what I do, please leave a like, they really help. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.
What is he going to urge me? White devil. Well, tell him I'm not. I've only met you. How do I know? He said, let me guess. White devil, white devil?